Liverpool have been handed a major lift ahead of a crucial period in their season, with positive news emerging over Mohamed Salah. The Egyptian winger hasn't hit his usual form so far this season, however he is still an essential part of the squad. Now, with an important run of fixtures approaching both domestically and in Europe, Salah's situation looks to be taking a positive turn, a development that could prove vital to Liverpool's hopes of getting their campaign back on track. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Liverpool want to offer both Ryan Gravenberch and Dominik Szoboszlai new contracts as reward for their excellent form since joining the club. Many Reds players have fallen significantly below their usual standards this season, but that cannot be said of Gravenberch and Szoboszlai. The midfield pair have arguably been Liverpool's two best players, finding consistency and quality on a regular basis. Speaking on his Here We Go podcast on YouTube, Fabrizio Romano claimed that Liverpool are getting ready for talks with Gravenberch over a contract extension at Anfield. One I wanted to mention is Ryan Gravenberch, Romano said. He's been one of the most positive players in terms of performances at the beginning of this season, and Liverpool are very happy with him. What I can tell you is that Liverpool are preparing discussions with his agent over a new contract. It is not something that is advanced at this stage, so Liverpool have not already prepared a contract agreement with Gravenberch. But the idea internally at the club is to have a conversation with the player and to start talking as soon as possible. So keep an eye on Gravenberch because I think in the next months there will be talks over a new deal, with the player very happy at Liverpool. And Liverpool considering him one of the best midfielders in the world, Romano also went on to discuss Szoboszlai's future, with Liverpool's number 8 another player who the Reds are keen to tie down. Dominik Szoboszlai is out of contract in 2028, and Liverpool are also thinking about the possibility to discuss a new contract with his agents, he added. Szoboszlai is doing fantastic, playing in several positions, attacking midfield, defensive midfield, right back, and is always one of the most professional players at Liverpool. His performances have been excellent and his numbers speak for themselves. Even when Liverpool are losing games, if you look at the stats, Szoboszlai is always one of the best. So Liverpool want to reward the player and discuss a new deal, so I think this could be another topic for the next months. Gravenberch and Szoboszlai have both been outstanding signings for Liverpool, maturing into elite midfielders since arriving in the summer of 2023. At 23 and 25 years of age, respectively, they should be considered huge figures for the Reds moving forward, with new contracts richly deserved. Liverpool losing them before they hit their peak years must be avoided, with improved performances and results, hopefully convincing them that their futures lie at Anfield. Now, Liverpool are expected to avoid losing Mohamed Salah for 3 crucial games prior to the Africa Cup of Nations, despite Egypt arranging a pre-tournament training camp. Salah is set to depart for AFCON in mid-December, with Liverpool's number 11 at risk of missing up to 7 games depending on Egypt's success. Despite his struggle for form in recent weeks, it will undoubtedly be a blow for the Premier League champions, with the tournament running through the festive period and into the new year. But according to ynwa, Salah is not likely to join up with the Egypt squad for their training camp ahead of AFCON. Egypt have arranged a friendly against Nigeria on December 14th, and head coach Hossam Hassan is hoping to have all of his players involved. It is even explained that players can be called up as early as December 7th, which, if that was the case, could see Salah miss the clashes with Leeds, Inter Milan and Brighton factoring in travel. But ynwa claims that both Salah and Man City's Omar Marmoush are not expected to join up with the Egypt squad until the eve of the tournament. Salah should be available for the visit of Brighton on December 13th before flying out to Egypt to begin preparations for AFCON. The 33-year-old is still set to miss Liverpool's meetings with Tottenham, Wolves and Leeds at the very least, with progress to the latter stages of AFCON ruling him out for as many as 4 more games. If Egypt reach the final on January 18, Salah would also be unavailable to play Fulham, Arsenal and Burnley, as well as the FA Cup third round on January 11, though that situation remains hypothetical at this stage. Any participation in the knockout rounds will further impact his season at Liverpool. He could even realistically miss the penultimate Champions League phase game against Marseille if Egypt were to go all the way in Morocco. Nevertheless, his planned absence from the start of Egypt's warm-up for AFCON can be considered a positive for Liverpool, who will hope to maximise Salah's form in the lead-up to the tournament. The Egypt captain scored his first goal in 7 games in last weekend's 3-2 defeat at Brentford, with that strike subsequently nominated for the Premier League Goal of the Month award for October. In other news, Arne Slot has defended his team selection for Liverpool's 3-0 Carabao Cup defeat to Crystal Palace, and insisted his opinion hadn't changed despite witnessing the result. Slot made 10 changes to his lineup from the 3-2 defeat to Brentford at the weekend, with Milos Kerkez the only player retained, and rested all of his other regular starters for the visit of Palace. It meant a debut from the start for 18-year-old Kieran Morrison, while later in the game centre-back Welity. Lucky also made his bow as the Reds fell to a deserved defeat. Given it made it 6 losses in their last 7 games, many have questioned the logic of Slot effectively handing the tie to Palace. But speaking in his post-match press conference, the head coach defended his lineup and explained that injury and the need to prepare for Aston Villa on Saturday were key factors in his decision. If I look at our performance against Brentford 2 days after we played Frankfurt away, I saw they're a team that maybe struggled with playing 3 games in 7 days. Again, not an excuse, he told reporters. Which is not a complete surprise to me if I see the struggle some players have had in pre-season. And players that came from different leagues, it's a new challenge for them to play, at Premier League and Champions League level, 3 games in 7 days. So again in 2 days we play Villa, and the last time I played a player that we thought was ready for that programme, but it turned out maybe he wasn't, was Alexander Isak, and he went out with an injury. Last time in this competition we played Southampton, Giovanni Leone went out with an injury in a game like this, and we got a red card for Hugo Ekitike. I think in this moment in time, with only 15 or 16 players available, it felt to me that this was the right decision, and I haven't changed my opinion about that after the result. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you, I'll see you in the next video.